Hi friends, it's Sarah, welcome to this video. I'm voiceovering this intro just because my original intro clip, I just sound really bad because I wasn't very well. And so instead of making you guys listen to a very sick Éire, I was like, let's just redo this. So this video is from the last month I was in Korea, which was May. I also was there for like the first week of June, so we've slotted that in at the end. But this vlog is a little bit of a mess because I did quite a few things, and so I was trying to keep some continuity, but I ended up doing a lot of talking clips. Like, looking at my timeline currently, I have over an hour of clips, and every single one of my talking clips is sped up to 2 times speed. So 2 hours of footage to go through, and I'm not looking forward to it. But at the beginning of this video, I was talking about a book I was reading, so I thought I'd mention that. I was reading Savage Bonds by Éire, which is book 2 in the Bonds that Chai. I read this entire series, like, one after another. It was trash, like it was that kind of series, but it's okay. I actually did find it fairly amusing, and so you'll see me reading that throughout this vlog, maybe talk about it a little bit. But I will be back probably with more voiceovers just because of how clunky the timeline is, and so I do apologise in advance. Gonna try my best to make it as clear as possible for you. But I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, and I will be back later. Okay guys, so in this clip I'm just talking about my graduation from SNU. So this was just after finals. We had a mini graduation, took some photos which I'll put up on the screen now. And then a few days after we finished, we were able to go and collect our certificates like normal. And this time we got these super cute like folio things, which was so adorable. It's such a shame we didn't have like blank ones just to take photos with on graduation, but it is what it is. So those are now back home with me, and we're gonna hang them up, and they're just so gorgeous. Like, it's such an accomplishment, honestly. And then I also started talking about the books I was reading. So, as I mentioned in the intro, I had been reading Savage Bonds by Éire, and then I read Blood Bonds while, like, over the few days during final exams as, like, my break. I then finished, and then I was reading Forced Bonds during this clip, which I then subsequently finished not too long after. This series is reverse harem, by the way, so it is a little bit different, and it has, like, supernatural elements, which I really enjoyed. I thought the actual world was very interesting. I just didn't love the way it was written, which made it harder for me to enjoy. But I know quite a few people who like very similar books to me, and they really enjoyed this series. So if you like that kind of like supernatural fantasy, you know, the multiple partners kind of vibe, I do recommend it. Do give it a go. But it is a bit trashy, so just keep that in mind. And that's all for this clip. I'm going to let you continue to watch. And here we are with another talking clip. I was talking about all the stuff I had done in the last few days, which you would have seen in the previous clips. I also just wanted to preface the reason why some of the stuff we're doing, such as the Hangul Museum, we went to Seouldaemun Prison Museum, so on and so forth. They're all very simple things to have done in Korea. Like, I feel like most people who travel to Seoul would have done these things. But we spent so much time, like, at uni, it's kind of unreal how, like, little energy we had by the end of the week. Especially level 6, I don't think we did really anything during term time because we were just way too tired. Like, I had no energy after classes and stuff, so a lot of the stuff that we should have done, like, even in our first few weeks in Korea, we ended up pushing back until after we had graduated. Which I don't think there was anything wrong with, because the whole point of us being there was the study abroad, and I really feel like that's going to help me out with this coming year, with my final year at university. So I definitely don't regret it, and I definitely ticked off the majority of the things I wanted to do while I was in Korea. I did want to travel outside of Seoul a little bit more, which you will see we did manage to get to one place I wanted to go. But I do also see that as just a reason to go back to do those things that I didn't get to do. But I really did have a good time in Korea, and I did a lot of the things that I wanted to do. So, you know, it was good fun. But other than that, I was also just updating about the books I had read. So by this point, I was reading a different fanfic called Draco Malfoy in the Mirror of... I'm not even going to try and say it, and I've completely forgotten what the actual word is, so I'm going to put it on the screen for you, the title. It was a really good fanfic. It's like a time travel fix-it. Really enjoyed that. I then finished off Tragic Bonds, but whilst I started Tragic Bonds, I then read the second part of the Draco Malfoy fanfic. I didn't finish that, I still haven't finished that to this day. I just lost interest because I was reading other books at the time. And I think by this point, I had either read or was reading Unbroken Bonds, which is the last book in the series. And I think I have some clips of me reading that. So I'll leave that to you guys, and I will be back later.
Like that, it is done. I am satisfied, especially with how it ended. I will say, the beginning of the epilogue, it was like 3 pages. No, again, the really most disappointing thing about this series is 100% the smut. I don't really care about smut in the first place. I don't typically go seeking it out, in books. And so, you know, when it's not good, it doesn't help. But there we go, book completed. But yeah, really satisfied with the way that the plot wrapped up. I'm not really sure what I'm going to rate this one. I think I'm definitely going to have to put it into core pile and just see how the core pile handles it. But I might change some of my ratings, I'm not too sure yet. I don't know, we'll think about it, but I did enjoy this one. I don't know if I enjoyed it more, the same or less than the last one. I really don't know. I definitely think there were some bits that were really drawn out, but that was the same in the last book. I think that was just a problem with the whole series in general. I think the problem was the author didn't know how to balance plot versus like the romance. But
And here we go. This is our trip for the episode, which is Busan. We took a train early in the morning, went around the culture village like everybody does because it's like the main attraction in Busan. We then went to Haeundae, which is the main beach as well. They actually had this sandcastle like competition, which I don't think I got any videos of, which is a shame, but it was really cool. They had some amazing pieces. But there was a sea life, so we went to like the aquarium just for funsies. And then we took the sea train instead of the capsules, which was great. Got a really good look at the beach. And then we got off at the other side, which I've completely forgotten where we went to, so I will put a little caption for you guys to know. Stopped at a cafe and had some cheesecake. And then we went and walked around some of the different areas in Busan once we were back kind of near the station. Paired a few cats, absolutely joyful. And then we got a train back home. And that's pretty much Busan summed up in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. But it was a great time. Definitely plan to go back to Busan when I go back to Korea at some point in the future. Definitely a good trip. Okay guys, so in this clip I rambled on and on about how I was using old VLive videos to study Korean. All you need to know is I watch the video, have the script open in Word, highlight the words I don't know, put the sentences into Anki along with the meanings, and then learn the words. That's all I do. I don't know why I went into so much detail, there was no need. But that does conclude this video. I did a few more things after this day, which was probably during my last 2 weeks while I was in Korea. But it was mostly stuff like seeing some friends and like doing some stuff for a girl that I had met where she needed some help with her dissertation. Other than that, I didn't do much and there was no need to film any of it, so I kind of just decided to leave this one here. But that unfortunately does conclude my career diaries for my study abroad, which is a shame, but it is what it is. And I do plan to come back with plenty of videos for my time back in England. As of recording this voiceover, I do have approximately 3 or 4, but they do span pretty much my entire last 3 months I've had. So I hope you guys look forward to those, and I will see you in them. Until next time.